On September 7, 2015, at 2:28 a.m., Kareen McCabe received a phone call from her husband. In the phone call, you could hear her husband, Henry McCabe, screaming and claiming he's been shot.
It's a voicemail unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones.
At the time of the call, Kareen and both of their kids were in California. That night, Henry was in Mounds View, Minnesota, going out with his friends. Henry left a club named Polovlinski's early Monday morning with his friend named William Kennedy. According to Kennedy, after leaving the club, he dropped Henry off at Super America gas station on 73rd Avenue. Then, at 2:28 a.m., Henry's phone called Kareen's, and Henry could be heard screaming in distress and stating that someone shot him. While on the phone with Henry, Kareen called Henry's brother, Tim Borbro, to tell him Henry was in trouble. However, Tim did not answer, but his voicemail did pick up and record the final 2 minutes of Henry's call through Kareen's phone. Once Henry's phone disconnected from the call with his wife, his phone pinged one more time off a cell tower near Creekview Park in New Brighton. Once Henry's brother, Tim, heard the voicemail, he knew something was very wrong, so he filed a missing persons report with the Mudsview Police Department. When police first began their investigation, they were initially very suspicious of Henry's friend, William Kennedy, because when they checked the surveillance footage from Super America gas station, they did not see him dropping Henry off. However, it turned out that Kennedy had simply gotten the gas station wrong, and police soon found footage of him dropping Henry off at Holiday gas station 2 miles away. The next day, police met with Henry's family and friends. The friends that Henry was with that night claimed they had no knowledge of his whereabouts. However, one friend, Calvin Johnson, had Henry's wallet, claiming that Henry had become so intoxicated that night that he took his wallet away to prevent him from buying any more drinks. And William Kennedy had his keys. Police immediately began to search for Henry, but it looked as if Henry vanished without a trace. Then, about a month later, on November 2nd, Henry's body was recovered from Rush Lake in New Brighton. His body was found approximately 4 miles east of Holiday gas station, where William Kennedy dropped him off that night. Even though in his phone call to his wife, Henry was heard saying he's been shot, there were no gunshot wounds or injuries on his body. The coroner ruled his death a result of drowning. However, investigators did not rule out the possibility of suicide because Henry was experiencing personal financial problems at the time. There are many theories as to what caused Henry's death. One theory is that Henry was on drugs that night, although his friends and family claimed that Henry never did drugs. A toxicology report was done on the body, but the results were never made public. Being on drugs would explain why Henry believed he was shot when he was not. Calvin Johnson claimed he took Henry's wallet away because he was so drunk. It is possible that Henry was drugged and his friends mistook it for him being very intoxicated. When Henry and Kennedy left the club, it is possible that both were intoxicated, but Kennedy decided to drive anyways. If both men were drunk or on drugs, Kennedy could have dropped Henry off at the wrong gas station by accident. Kennedy could have gotten lost or confused while driving to the gas station and thought they were at Super America gas station when they were actually at Holiday gas station. This would explain why Kennedy told the police he dropped Henry off at Super America gas station when he really dropped him off at Holiday gas station. Henry didn't live too far away from Super America gas station, so it's plausible that Henry wanted to be dropped off there. But because both were drunk, they accidentally went to Holiday gas station instead. Henry could have believed he was at Super America gas station and started heading east to where he thought his house was, but instead he was heading towards Rush Lake. If Henry was actually on some type of drug and believed he was being followed and shot, he would have likely started to run. It is possible that the weird noises heard in the call to his wife were actually the sounds of Henry running for his life. Except Henry wasn't running for his life, he was running to his death, because while running he fell into Rush Lake and was too intoxicated to swim out and ended up drowning. There was no evidence of foul play, no witnesses that saw Henry after he was dropped off at Holiday gas stations, and no leads on anyone who wanted Henry dead. This appears to just be a tragic story of a man who went out with his friends one night and accidentally drowned.